Welcome to American Government. This is a course that basically is going to be handled online, but for the sake of taking this course, it really helps if you kind of keep up on what you're doing, almost as if you were actually in a physical class itself. Um, the the class itself requires basically a daily schedule, and there is a daily schedule for it, which is available on the Canvas site itself. And so the daily schedule, here's a copy of it, can also be downloaded directly from Canvas and observed directly on Canvas. And it'll tell you what something is due, when it's due, um, what the requirements are for it, stuff like that, which is really important to follow because the biggest protect or antagonist of an online course is basically the fact that it's online and it's really hard to get anybody telling you you need to do this at this particular time. So this class is designed in order to get you through all of the content that's required in a college course for American government, but at the same time there are certain stipulations and requirements that you actually have to fulfill in order to get through it, such as there are exams. There are 5 exams in this class, which means at a certain point, and it's also listed on the schedule, these exams will be administered, and they will also be administered on Canvas. One of the other requirements that's really important is you kind of follow up on, because this is where a lot of people tend to fail the class, and there is an essay assignment, and it's due the exact, it pays off with the exact same amount that an exam would. The exams are 100 points each. The paper itself is 100 points. That's also listed in detail in Canvas and tells you what the requirements for it are and the topic and stuff like that. APA format, all of that. And so all of that is actually listed in on the Canvas page itself. There's also a syllabus, which is also on Canvas. Notice a trend, everything's on Canvas. And the syllabus itself, which is a little bit lengthy, and it's been cut down a little bit because an online course is a little bit different than a regular in-person course. But a couple of things that are important to point out, such as you can get a hold of me basically through email. It's the easiest way to do it. If you're having trouble in the course, and this happens to people from time to time, and I totally understand it, don't just let it happen and then just fail the class, because people do that, and that's kind of one of the worst things you should do. I will gladly help you, and the way to help you is if you need a one-on-one sort of thing because you're totally lost on where you are, but you've been doing the reading, and that's important. You have to be doing the reading, but you've been doing the reading and you're just kind of lost on something. We can arrange a Zoom meeting where I will send you a Zoom invitation because you stated you needed help through email, and we will set up a time so we can, literally go a one-on-one to figure out what the problems are and how to make things better. Generally, it works pretty well. Again, it works so much better if we're in person, but because of the way things are right now, in person is not actually working out too well. So I will try to accommodate you as much as possible because I want you to learn. I have zero incentive to fail you. So take advantage of, of every opportunity that you have in order to do well in the class. The class can be a lot of fun. There's a lot of good information in it. American government is a fascinating topic, and it's more fascinating than just having to read and do history. Some people think it's just a kind of a weird history class. It's not. It's much more as things you need to understand, such as the basic premise of political science, which is why do people do the things they do rather than what did they actually do. A history class looks at what they did and when they did it. We're trying to figure out why they did it. And so it's kind of a psychological approach to understanding a lot of Sorry about that. Just kind of a psychological approach to kind of understanding the whole nuances of why things happen. Of all times to have a throat problem is when you're actually recording a video. Okay, so we'll focus on some of that as we kind of go forward in the class itself. The book for this class is called We the People, which is an introduction to American government. It's also listed on Canvas, so you need whatever the version of it is. You're pretty much safe on any version or any later version of it. This is the most recent version. For all I know, they might even have one after that. But this is the one we're using here, and it's a great text. It covers all of the information. But the thing is, you got to read it. And so there are assignments. So every assignment has a video about that particular assignment, but that's not it. Just watching a video and then looking at a couple PowerPoint slides isn't going to get you the content you actually want for the topic. What you're going to need in order to do is to read the book, because there's a lot of information that the lecture is kind of moving around, whereas the book is telling you exactly what you should be learning all the way through this course. So do that, and it will behoove you and benefit you in so many different ways. So my name is Duane Gundrum. I will be the instructor for this class. Usually I teach it in person because I like teaching in person, but due to the times we're in, we're doing a lot more online courses, so hopefully you'll get something out of this. Just making sure I haven't missed anything. Let me catch the last bit of my, yep, the syllabus is on there, and basically the textbook, you know what the textbook is, and keep up. One of the biggest problems you'll run into with an online course is it's very easy to fall behind. And if you're taking this class in summer, that means you need to really keep up on what's going on, because it will pass you so fast. And when it passes you, you can't catch up. And unfortunately, there are time constraints on grading and everything like that. So if you fail, you fail. But don't do that to yourself. Take the time, do what you need to do, and you'll get through the course. If you need help, reach out to me. I will gladly help you. If you're having technical problems and technical expertise, there are certain walkthroughs to kind of help you, especially with dealing with Canvas. Canvas is pretty easy to kind of follow. But if you're having some trouble just trying to, access the information, such as taking a test or something to that effect, let me know. But let me know, when you find out, like early in the process. Don't send me an email a couple of weeks later after a test was due and say you had technical difficulties, because then I don't know if I believe you. I would like to, but people will sometimes just get lazy and not actually do anything, and I'd rather not deal with that. So stay up on the material, read the material you're supposed to, actually pay attention to the lectures. One of the biggest problems I've come into with online courses is students don't follow the lectures. And the lectures are there for them, and I mean, we do a lot of work to get that information out to you. So take advantage of it. Avail yourself of the services that are available so you learn something. So you're not just taking this for the sake of just taking this. Take it to learn something. Try to learn as much as you can. It's really fascinating information if you let it be available to you. So I'm going to stop it there. Probably already more time than I wanted to spend on this introduction video. But welcome to the course. Like I said, my name is Duane. Gladly introduce yourself to me if you want to send me an email or whatever. The course will be active very, very soon, which means hopefully you'll be taking advantage of it and enjoying it. Take care.